Okay, so let me share my slide. All right, so we stopped on candles, and I explained to us the other time, according to the slide we have just immediately after this, I explained to us that just like we have it here, candles are the visual or visible building blocks of a crypto price. Each individual candle represents the price movement of a cryptocurrency. So it simply means if there are no candles that we can see, we will not be able to interpret the cryptocurrency market. We will not be able to analyze. We will not be able to point to one or two things that is happening in the market space. So it is with the help of the candles that we are able to sit down, look at what's going on, then take an informed decision. Okay, I think this market is on an uptrend. I think this market is on a downtrend. So it is with the help of the candle. It is what helps us to visually identify the war going on between the buyers and the seller. So, and this happens over a specific period of time. We have candles on the 5 minutes, on the 1 hour time frame. We have it on the 1 day time frame. Okay, and all it is simply doing is that it is visually telling us the story of the battle between buyers and sellers. Like I told us, the market space is like a war zone. Okay, buyers and seller, they are aiming at each other. Okay, and that's the best way to identify what's going on in the crypto market space. All right, let's go on to the next slide. We have the anatomy of a candle. It says a candlestick is made up of two main parts, the body and the wicks. Candles are made up of two main parts, the body and the wicks. These are very important points we want to take note of. Okay, the candle is a very important and critical subject matter in our business that you really want to understand. I tell you. Okay, the wicks are very important. The body is also very important, because with the understanding of the wicks and the body, you'll be able to tell what's going on in a particular candle, not to even talk about the macro market space. I mean the micro. Okay, and the wicks are also called shadows. They're also called shadows. All right, the next slide. Let's talk about the body now. It says the thick colored rectangle shows the starting, in bracket we have opening, the starting or opening price, and the ending or the closing price of the assets during the time frame. I'll take that again. The thick colored rectangle shows the starting, that is the opening price, and the ending, that is the closing price of the asset during that time frame. So it simply means if I'm on 5 minutes time frame and there's a big rectangle candle, either green or red, okay, that very candle in itself, which is just one candle, will tell me the opening price and the ending price. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, the wicks. The thin line extending above and below the body shows the absolute highest and lowest prices reached during the exact time frame. Okay, so when we see a candle, we're going to take a visual analysis now, so we can understand it better. I'm going to take us to trading view, or maybe if I have some example here in the slide, I'll show us very soon. So in every candle, maybe not all, but mostly every candle, we usually have what we call wicks or shadows. Wicks or shadows. And what these wicks, what they do is that they tell us, just like we have here on the slide, the absolute highest and the lowest price, the lowest price or prices reached during that exact time frame. So it means if I'm on a 5 minutes time frame, each candle represents 5 minutes. Each candle represents 5 minutes. And it simply means that 5 minutes candle, through that 5 minutes candle, every 5 minutes candle, I will be able to know what the highest price was and what the lowest price was in that particular time frame. Maybe it's a 1 hour candle, maybe it's a 4 hour candle, maybe it's a daily candle. By the time I look at that candle and I analyze the wicks, I'll be able to tell, oh, okay, this price went from 50,000 to 60,000. Then, however, sellers gained control and they pushed the price down from 60,000 even all the way down past 50,000 and even all the way down to 40,000. Okay, that's the power of candle. When we are able to analyze it in a glance, we can tell what is going on. We can tell what is going on in the market. All right, the next slide. This is a very good example we have here. Am I still being heard? Can you still see my screen? Am I still being heard?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
Very clear.
So, thank you. All right. So we have an example right here. I want to zoom in now for us so we can see very well. Let's start with the bullish candlestick. Why do we call it a bullish candlestick? Because it is the candle that we see when we are on an uptrend. Like we all know, or maybe some of us don't know, when they say something is bullish, it simply means it is going up. And when they say something is bearish, just as you can see on my screen, it simply means that thing in the crypto space is going what's down. And I think this terminology also applies for Forex and for other tradable assets out there. You know, I told us we don't have only crypto in the digital trading world. We don't have only crypto. And I showed us example on TradingView. I told us we have bond, we have energy, we have Forex, we have crypto, we have lots of them, many tradable assets. Okay. So in this digital trading world, I think both the bullish candle and the bearish candle, they are the very candle we use in visual representation of the action between the buyers and the sellers. So it is very paramount we understand what this is. Okay. So like I said, bearish candle means what? Bearish candle means we are going down. Bullish candle means we are going up. Okay. And just as you can see on my screen here, let me get my pen. So if you look at this bullish candle very well, you see we have over here high and over here low. And over here we have upper wick or shadow or upper shadow. And over here we have lower wick or lower shadow. And over here we have the body. And over here we have the closing price. And over here we have the starting or opening price. Can you see that from one particular candle, we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things to consider. We have about 7 core parts to consider in this candle. A candle is not just a candle. You have to understand every part that makes it a candle. And we are going to break it down one after the other right now. Now, over here, we have, okay, let's start with this. Over here, we have the low, okay? We have the low and we have the what? The lower wick. It simply means this is the lowest this candle came when it was active. This is the lowest this candle came when it was what? When it was active. Now, we're assuming that this candle is done already and another candle formed, okay? So this candle, this is the lowest it came. And this right here is the highest it came, okay? Now, the lower wick represents, what it represents is that while the price, while the price got to this region, sellers pushed to this region, right? But buyers gained control and pushed the price. Okay, before we even go on, you see this very particular point right here. This very particular point is very critical. This is the opening price. The what? The opening price. It is very, very critical. We need to know where the candle started from, first of all, before we even continue to analyze every other thing. So the candle opened from here, from where you can see this arrow, right? Now, before the candle went all the way up, sellers gained control, first of all. Okay? And when sellers gained control, from this opening price, they pushed the price downwards. They pushed the price downwards. And that's why you can see that the price eventually got to this region. It got to this region. Why did it get to this region? Because after the price opened here, sellers pushed the price downwards. Now, after they pushed the price downwards, they lost momentum. Their bullets got finished and they couldn't push the price further down. And what happened? Buyers stepped in, and when buyers stepped in, they pushed the price all the way from this opening. Oh, sorry, not from the opening price now. You know, we said sellers already pushed the price down here. Now, when their bullets got depleted, buyers gained control, and starting from here, buyers pushed the price all the way what? Back up. All the way down to what? To the highest peak. Okay? All the way to the highest point, which is this part here. Okay? When they also pushed the price all the way up, sellers got angry. And because they have a little bit of bullet again, they decided to strike. And striking, their intention was what? To drive price all the way down again. But unfortunately, their bullets couldn't sustain them, and it was just here that they were able to push the price down to. Are we understanding? They were only able to push the price down to the closing price. To the closing price. So that is why we can see that the body of the candle stopped here. The body of the candle stopped here and didn't go further because sellers tried pushing the price back downwards, but they lost momentum. They lost momentum. They lost momentum. Now, the reason why we have weak, the reason why we have this long week right now and this long week right now is because what? The war between the buyers and the sellers, it escalated towards that region. After it escalated towards that region, they left that region again. Battle took them off that region again, and they went to the main battleground. Now, this is the main battleground right here. Buyers took over the war, and they are winning. They were winning. They pushed the price all the way up, but sellers got angry again, and they covered this region again and pushed the price back to the to the closing price. And that is why for this part, there is no body, there is no candle body, and for this part, there is no candle body. Okay, because eventually, the time they were going to finish with the war was only fought around this region. Eventually, they finished the war around this region. For the region where you can't see body, it means they fought there and they left there. They fought there and they left there. Okay, do we understand this analysis, or do you want me to explain more? If you understand this analysis, you can give me a thumbs up. If you understand this analysis, you can give me a thumbs up. Okay, Mr. Moses, you understand. Mr. Michael, you understand. Mr. Sheye, you understand. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, now let's move on. So, like I was saying, so the price opened here. The price opened. Where's my candle? My pencil. The price opened here, and the price closed here. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm repeating myself again, because I know we learn by repetition. The more I repeat myself, the better we'll understand it. Okay. The reason why we have the long wicks right here and there is no candle body there, I said, is because the war only temporarily got to those region, but did not continue in those region. Okay. It's because right here, sellers took the war down here, but buyers gained control of this region and they pushed the price up. And right here above on the eye, buyers took the price to this region, but sellers got angry and they pushed the price down. And eventually the battle closed at this region where we have the closing price. Do we understand? Now, let's talk about the different parts we have in a candle. As you can see, these green parts right here is called what? The body of the candle. Okay, and as you can see, this candle is a bullish candle and it has momentum. It has momentum. Why does it have momentum? It has momentum because the body is not small. Sometimes you can see a small body candle that will stop here, starting from the opening price to where you can see the box stop. Sometimes you can even see candles that don't have that big body. Sometimes you can even see candles that will start from the opening price and will just stop a little above. Such candles, they don't have momentum. They can't go far. Many a times we call them indecision candle. We are coming there very soon. But what I'm trying to tell us right now is that this is called the body, just as you can see here. It's called the body. Okay? And this, although the price got to this region right here, we cannot call this part the closing price because there is nobody there. Okay? It's just a wick, and we don't consider that. Okay? So where the body stops is where we consider as the closing price. So it is very important we know. So let me also tell us that for bullish candle, the opening price is at the bottom and the closing price is at the top, because bullish candle is what? It is going up. Just like we know, when we are buying, we buy up. When we are selling, we sell down, right? So the opening price is at the bottom and the closing price is at the top. Okay, so I believe we all understand what I just explained now. I want to believe we do. But to be clear that we do, I'm going to be calling some of us very soon, and you are going to explain what a bullish candlestick and a bearish candlestick means to me right now. The reason why I'm doing that is not to put us on the spot, is not to shame anybody, is just to ascertain that what I have told you, you understand it, and you can also tell it to somebody who is also going to understand from your explanation. And if you can explain it in a simple term that anybody can understand it, then I really believe you understand what you've learned. Okay, let's not forget the major part of a candle. We have the closing price, we have the opening price, we have the body, and we have the upper wick, and we have the lower wick or the lower shadow. Okay, we also have the high and the low. Now let's move on to the bearish candle. The bearish candle. Okay, right here on the side we have the bearish candle, and the bullish candle is not so different from the bearish candle. It's just that a little thing, like one or two things, are different. That's just what makes up the difference. And what are the stuffs? What are the things? What are the differences between a bullish and a bearish candle? Number one thing that you can spot is the color. Number one thing you can spot is the color. Bullish candle is what? Green. Bearish candle is what? Red. That's how it is across board. Okay, except you as an individual, you as a trader, you choose to change the color. If you choose to change the color, it's very possible. You can change it to blue and yellow. You can change it to black and white. It's very possible. But anywhere in the world, the standard color for bullish candle is green and the standard color for bearish candle is red. So that's the number one difference between the bullish and the bearish candle. Number two difference is that just as you can see right here, for the bullish candle, our opening price is right here. You can see that. But for the bearish candle, it is not the same. The bearish candle, the opening prices were above. The opening price for what a bearish candle is above. Okay, that's number two difference. And number three difference is that the closing price for a bullish candle is above, while the closing price for a bearish candle is right here below. Can we see the closing price? Closing price is below. That's number three. That's number three. And I think those are just the basic three differences that differentiate a bullish candle from a bearish candle. Those are the three differences that differentiate what a bullish candle from a bearish candle. Number one is what? The color. Number two is what? the opening, and number 3 is what? The close. Aside from these 3, every other thing are what? They are the same. A bullish candle has a body. A bearish candle also has what? A body. A bullish candle has an upper wick. A bearish candle also has what? An upper wick. And the upper wick are both the same. A bullish candle has a lower wick. A bearish candle also has what? A lower wick. Can we see that? So just 3 things differentiates the 2 of them from each other. Now, let's focus on a bearish candle right now. Now, bearish candle, just like I told us, a bullish candle starts its opening price from the bottom, while what? A bearish candle starts its opening price from the top. Look at this right now. The opening price of this bearish candle is right here. Can you see that? That is the what? That is the opening price right there. Now, let me analyze this candle for us, just like I analyzed the bullish candle for us. Now, this candle opened here, but soon after it opened, buyers gained control. Buyers did what? They gained control. And after they gained control, they pushed the price from this opening price, they pushed it up. They pushed it up to this high right here, where I have the arrow, thinking that they have enough ammunition and they can override and overpower the bearish guys. They push the price up. But soon they discovered that what? They don't have much of ammunition. And then they ran out of what? Bullets. Now, since bearish guys saw that, oh, the bullish guys are out of what? They're out of bullets. What did they do? They took over. And from where did they take over? Let me show us. They took over from the high wick. From the high what? The high wick. They took over right from here. Since sellers pushed the price from the opening price down to the high, then when their bullet was out, the sellers, they took over from that very high and they drove the price all the way down to this low right here. They pushed the price all the way down to that low. Now, buyers seeing this were not so happy. They were like, these guys are coming into our territory already. Okay, you know what? Let us quickly sort for a little bit of bullets. And then they did what? They sought for that little bullet. And what did they do? They started gaining control, also pushing the price back up. But soon, their bullet was out. Their bullet was what? Out. And when their bullet was out, they couldn't drive the price further what? Up. They couldn't drive the price further up. And what happened? The price had to close here. The price had to close where? Just right here. That's because they ran out of what? They ran out of bullets. So I'll repeat myself again. The price started here. Buyers pushed the price to this high. Sellers waited for them to run out of bullets. When they were out of bullets, sellers took control and pushed the price down. When buyers saw that they were not happy that sellers pushed the price to this low, and then they mustered courage and got a little bit of bullets, and then they pushed the price back here. Now, it's not because they want to stop here was the reason they stopped. They stopped here because they were out of bullets. If they had bullets or they had what we call liquidity in the market, they would have pushed the price even further above the world closing price. But unfortunately, their bullet was out and they just they stopped here. They stopped here. Now, that is the anatomy of what? A bearish candle. That is the anatomy of a what? A bearish candle. A bearish candle opens its price from the upper side and then goes down and closes its price right below here, while a bearish candle starts its opening price from the bottom and closes above. It is not the same for a bearish candle. A bearish candle opens above and closes below. So they are opposites of each other. And just like I pointed to us already, a bearish candle also has its wick or its shadows right here. This is the lower wick, and it has the upper wick or the high wick or the upper shadow. It also has its body, just like as you can see, this rectangle right here, starting from here down here, is the body. Okay, and it also has its opening price and its closing price. Do we understand everything I said so far about the bearish candle? If you understand, give me a thumbs up. If you understand, give me a thumbs up. Okay, awesome. Mr. Moses, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, okay, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so without wasting time, I want to ask us some one or two questions. Mr. Moses, I'll start from you because you know you are very new to the crypto space, and I'm very much more interested in you understanding these things. Mr. Shaya has been in the crypto space for a long time. Mr. Michael too has been in the crypto space for a while. So you are the newest of us all, and we all want to see you grow. Actually, we all want to see you understand these things. Okay, so Mr. Moses, tell me, does a bullish candle open from the top or opens from the bottom? Does a bullish candle opens from the top or opens from the bottom?
Yeah, the bullish candle opens from the bottom.
Thank you, thank you. And it closes where? Does it also close at the bottom?
No, it closes up.
It closes above, right? Thank you,
Yes.
thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Michael, over to you, sir. Does a bearish candle open at the top or open at the bottom?
Yes, the bearish candle open at the top and close at the bottom.
Fantastic. Mr. Michael, you understand it very well. Fantastic. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Sheye, I will leave you out, sir, because I know you understand these things. Okay? All right. So without wasting time, let's take it a step further. Without wasting time, let's take it a step further. Let's take it a step further. Can you see my screen still? Is my screen visible?
Very visible.
Okay. Now what we have right here. Do you have a question, sir?
No, I'm only saying I can see your screen.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So what we have right here is the colors of the bullish and the bearish candles, which I've very much explained earlier, but let's just quickly read through it. We have right here, the color of the candle indicates whether the overall price went up or down during that time frame. Like I told us, green means what? Bullish, and red means what? Bearish. Right there, we can see that it's the same thing we have. The closing price is higher than the opening price. This means that buyers dominated the period. If we look at that, it's self-explanatory. The green candle or the bullish candle, it says what? The closing price is higher than the opening price. This means buyers dominated the period. Just like I explained to us here, what the phrase, the sentence we read now, what it says is what? The closing price is higher than the opening price, and it simply means what? Buyers dominated what? The battle, and they took over. And let's look at what it is for bearish. For bearish, let's look at what it is. Okay, and for bearish, it says red bearish candle. The closing price is lower than the opening what? Than the opening price. This means what? Sellers dominated the market. Let's check it out. This very particular period right here, you can see the price started above and it's closed below. It simply means although buyers pushed the price to the high right here, sellers took over and dominated and pushed the price down. And even when buyers were going to push the price back, they couldn't push it so much up. They were only able to push it just a little bit right here, just a little bit up. Okay, so if you also look at this candle yourself, you can tell that from this body, you can see right here, sellers did what? They dominated the market. Sellers dominated the market. That's what this explanation is right here. Okay, and then we can see it over here still. It's still the same thing that I've explained earlier. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, the next slide we have here, we have candlestick interpretation. I've interpreted most of it already. I've explained and analyzed everything already, but I'll just quickly read through it again. It says the size and shape of the candle provides clue about market momentum and volatility. I have explained that already, that sometimes we could have short candles, okay, with long wicks. Look at this. Short body, long wicks. This body right here does not have momentum, okay? Unlike the candle we saw in the explanation, we could see that it had a what? A short wick not so long a wick, and a long body like this, and then another short wick here. Do you know that there's difference between this candle and this candle right here? Look at it. Is there a difference between these two candles?
Yeah, there is.
There is. One candle has a longer body, while one candle has a shorter body. The candle with a short body simply means that what? The buying power is low. There is no momentum. Okay, there is no momentum. The velocity is also low. Okay, but for the big body candle right here, we can see it's safe to say that what there is momentum. Okay, either it is the buyers that owns this body or the sellers that owns this body. They have what? Enough bullets, and they are ready to shoot and spray anybody, and they will gain the ground. Okay, that's what it simply means. All right, we'll move on to the next one now. And the next one we have here is just the same, pretty much the same thing that I've explained. You can see the bullish candle opened from the bottom and it pushed all the way up, but sellers pushed a little bit down and then it closed right here. And the same for the bearish candle. It opened right here. They pushed the price all the way down. Buyers couldn't even push anywhere at all. And then the price closed just close to the wick, because these bearish guys right here, they have lots of sophisticated weapons and ammunition. Okay, I believe I've overflogged this explanation already, and we all understand it already. Okay, we move on to the next one. Now, before we move on, it's safe to say that in the crypto space or in the digital currency space, we have lots of candles. And I tell you, if you want to sit down with every candle we have in the crypto space, you will give yourself headache, and you might eventually do more harm than good, because these candles, they can frustrate you that you would not even understand what you're doing anymore. However, there's a simple way around it. There are major candles that we would always see, and that are what's key candles to take decision in our trading journey. These candles are the ones that I'm going to be explaining to us very soon. Example, we have the Doji, we have the engulfing candle, we have the hanging man, the gravel stone, we have, okay, we'll come there. Let me take it one step at a time, okay? So let's talk about this candle we have right here. We have the Doji candle. I'm sure even the newest person in the crypto space must have heard Doji candle, Doji candle, Doji candle, okay? This Doji candle, what does it even mean? It's simple. It is not too far-fetched, okay? Right here, this is a Doji candle, and what it simply means is what we have written down here. It means indecision candle, okay? Indecision candle. What do we even mean by indecision? Indecision is indecision. It means when people are not deciding. And as you can see, look at this candle yourself. Tell me, in this candle right here, tell me, who is winning the war? Can you tell me who is winning? Is anybody winning the war? Nobody is winning the war. If you look at this one also right here, is anybody winning the war? Nobody is winning the war. Is anybody winning the war? Nobody's winning. Forget that it is green or red. Nobody's winning the war, because the body is very small. If you are patient enough, this green Doji candle now can turn red. Let me show us in the chat what I mean. Let me show us in the chat what I mean. Okay, let's go to 1 minute. Let me see, do we have it in 1 minute? Okay, we should. Let me see what okay, look at this right here now. Can we see that it was first a Doji candle? Okay, look at this now. The present candle, can you see it's a Doji candle and it's just trying to form its body? Look at it. It can turn to a Doji candle again very soon. Just keep watching. Can you see it has turned to a Doji candle?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. although the candle right now is showing green as a doji candle, it can also turn red when, can you see it just turn red? Can you see it just turn red and it turn green again? Can you see what I'm saying? That it is an indecision candle, just as you can see also, before the price came down like this, before sellers gained control, it was first an indecision candle, and you couldn't even tell, will buyers gain control or will sellers gain control? Will buyers push the price up or will sellers push the price up? You can't tell. Forget the fact that it is green. As long as it is a doji candle, it is an indecision candle. Forget it is green or red, because that green can turn red and that red can turn green just in a twinkle of an eye, just as we saw just now. Okay, so that is the example of I want to show us on the live market, and I believe we already understand what I just explained. Now, as you can see, just as I explained earlier about candles, you see that sellers have gained momentum now. Very soon, this week right here, can you see, it's becoming a longer one because buyers are pushing the price up. Let's even look at this candle to the end. If buyers are able to push the price back up, we will see that this candle will turn green, but it will have a very long wick. But if sellers are able to push the price past this place, then we will see that it will remain a short wick. Just as you can see right now, when, okay, look at that now. Look at that now. Can you see the long wick? Can you see the long wick? Can you see it's a battle? Can you see the way they are waging war? Can you see the way they are pushing back and forth? Hey, don't let him push us. Don't let him push us. Push him back. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. That's the kind of thing that is happening right now. Okay? It is sellers that are gaining control now. That is why you can see this long wick. They are trying to push these red guys back into their zone and then probably take over. Let's see if they'll be able to take over. Can you see the long wick now? It is a battle. See the back and forth. Okay, let's see if buyers are going to gain momentum and then they'll push the price all the way up. Let's see. In 22 seconds, this candle will be over. I really want to see what is going to end this war. I want to see who is going to win this war. Can you see how much ground the buyers have gained? How much they've been able to push the sellers back? Look at the sellers are fading out already. They are losing ammunition. They don't have bullets anymore. Look at that. Look at that. Did you see how the candle end? Wow. That is amazing. I love that war. I don't know if all of us also love that, the display of that war that just happened right now. Look at the way the candle ended. Look at the way the candle ended. Look at. But you know, we all saw this candle when it started, right? Did it start this way? No. Did it have this long wick when it started? No. It started as a doji candle. And just like the name of the doji candle implies, indecision candle. Another name for doji is indecision candle. Just like the name implies, there was no decision yet. But eventually, when soldiers got on ground, they started fighting. And that indecision candle became a battleground, and sellers took over and they dominated and they pushed the price all the way down to this region. Thinking that they've won, buyers stepped in with greater ammunition and they were able to repel the enemy back all the way to this region. Now, if you look at this battle now, tell me, who do you think won? I think it's the buyers. Or do you think it's the sellers? The same thing is happening for the second candle beside it. Look at, it's happening here too. Who is that? I can't hear you. Your network is muffled up. You might want to drop a comment if your network is not clear.
Yeah, I think the first one is the buyer that won.
Yes. Look at now. Look at this new candle. Look at this new candle. Buyers pushed all the way back up and they even pushed the enemy out entirely, and now they are the one in control. As you can see, we have a green candle now. All the way from here, push the sellers out and then get control. Can you see they are still pushing up? They still have 1 minute to push the sellers away. Can you see that they've pushed them away entirely and they've gained ground and they are pushing the price up? So we see that it's a serious battle. Okay, it's a serious battle. Now, if we look at the market with this and with this lens, we would always analyze correctly. We would always analyze correctly. Okay, we've seen enough war in the market space. Let's move on. Let's go to indecision candle. So we already understand what candles what they are, we also already understand the indecision candle. And I told us, regardless of if it is red or green, don't worry about it. Just hold on, let there be clarity before you take decision. As the name implies, indecision, don't take decision. Because even the fighters, they don't know what is going to happen yet. They don't know where the war is going to lead to. So wait, let them fight first. Let there be clarity. Let there be let there be a winner, and then you follow that winner. Okay, that's it. All right, so we'll move on. We have candlestick interpretation. It's pretty much what I've explained. I think I'm going ahead of myself in the slide self. Maybe it's because I'm the one who prepared it, but let me just read through it. So it says, very long upper wicks show that sellers push the price down from its highest point, just like I showed us on the live chart now, okay? Often leading to a drop. And also we have the very long lower wicks.
Yes. Coach, zoom in a little bit so that we see.
Okay, so that you can see it. Okay. Sorry. All right, let me move on. So, very long upper wicks. This shows that what sellers pushed the price down from the highest points, often leading to a drop. And we also have very long lower wicks. When we have very long lower wicks, it shows that buyers stepped in to push the price back up after a dip. I think the second one is what I just showed us now on the live market, on the live chart, right? This one, we saw that we had an indecision candle first of all, and then later we saw a long red candle, but soon buyers stepped in and they took out the enemies, the red rangers. They took them out, and then we saw a very long lower wick. Do we all understand this? Should I move on?
Fire on, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, next we have types of doji candle. I call it types of doji candle because we don't just have one type of doji candle. If you look at what we have right here, we have the doji indecision candlestick, and you can see that we have several of them. Okay, now let me start from the one on the left hand side. We have the gravestone. Okay, let me call on Mr. Sheye. Mr. Sheye, why does this candle look like this, sir? Tell us, why does this candle look like this? It's called gravestone candle, but tell me, beyond the name, can you look at the candle and analyze it for us and tell us what you think happened that made the word that had transpired between buyers and sellers that made this candle look like this? Go on, sir.
Okay, thank you. Let me just explain in my own little way, because I'm also still learning anyway. Yes, I believe what actually happened was that the candle opened at the top. The candle opened at the top, and eventually, just a minute. Sorry. The candle opened at the bottom, right? It opened at the bottom, and that means it's a bullish candle. Then it went up. The buyers pushed it up, went up, and when it got to the top, it got to a certain extent. The sellers now started pushing it down completely, and in short, down back to where it started. That's what I can explain from my own. That's the little I can explain based on this.
Please, everybody. Can we all clap for Mr. Sheye virtually? Let's all clap for him, please.
Thank you.
Fantastic explanation. That's you hit the nail right on the head, sir. That is very, very apt. Very, very apt. It was spot on. You were making a little bit of mistake initially, but then you recalibrated. So I like that recalibration. It was on point. There's nothing more to say.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. There's nothing more to say. You nailed it well. So the price started from here. The price started from right here, buyers pushed it up, thinking that they are going to win or they've won already. They were rejoicing. Where they were rejoicing, they got carried away. Then sellers came. They ambushed them and did what? They pushed this price all the way from the high. They pushed it down here, pushing out the what? The buyers. They pushed them out completely. And it left it with a very faint body. And this candle now, you cannot say anybody, you cannot say the buyers who dominated initially, you cannot say they won. Although it's not a red candle, but from the analysis of the war, okay, from the understanding, from the analysis Mr. Shaye gave, you can tell that what sellers won this war, even though the candle is not what? It's not red. Okay, so it's beyond color, it's beyond the wicks, it's beyond the candle. What is important is the analysis of the warfare going on between the buyers and the sellers. If you have that, oh, I tell you, the market is already at your mercy. Okay, and this candle right here is what we call gravestone. Okay, gravestone. Just like the name implies, Mr. Shaye told us that the price started here. The price started here. Buyers pushed it up, and then they got carried away. Then sellers stepped in. Sellers stepped in, and they pushed the price all the way down. And then they killed all the buyers. Isn't it a gravestone? It's their graveyard. Eventually, they buried them. Okay? So the name carries the meaning already. It's a gravestone. They buried all the buyers because they are nowhere to be found again. And this push right here is a very big one. It's not a small one. Okay? That's very, very wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Shaye. Thank you, Mr. Shaye. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let me exit my annotations. Okay, we have the Tin Doji. We have the Tin Doji. Mr. Moses, over to you, sir. What do you think happened here? Mr. Moses.
Yes.
What do you think happened here?
This means that the sellers and the buyers are equal, are in balance.
Very, very spot on. Thank you. They are in balance. They are equal. When this candle formed, we don't even know who stepped on the battleground first. But what we can see is that one part pushed it up, one part pushed it down, but they both struck a balance. They both struck a balance. However, it's a red candle, but we can see that they both stretched the battleground up and down, but nobody is winning. So the candle is just right in the body is just right in the center, and it's a small body. Okay, so it's just simply an indecision candle. Nobody's winning. There's no direction. That's what it means. Thank you. That's the Tin Doji. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Moses. It shows that you are following. Okay, that's the Tin Doji. And right now we've talked about the gravestone. We've talked about the Tin Doji. Now let's talk about the Doji itself. The Doji itself. Mr. Who else do I have there? Mr. Michael. What do you think is happening here, sir?
Okay, before I say what I can say, let me first of all ask a question, sir.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Like the Tin Doji. Will I be correct if I said the candle opened at the top, since it's a red candle, the sellers started the battle and then end up being in the middle with the buyers? Since the red candle, will I be correct if I say the candle opened from the top?
That's exactly what happened. You are very correct. Thank you very much, Mr. Michael. Spot on. You are very correct. Because it's a red candle, you can mute yourself, sir. Because it's a red candle, so the candle opened right here. Since we said a red candle opens above, right? Now, when it opened, buyers dragged the price here, but sellers didn't agree. They also pushed the price from this high, they pushed the price backwards to this low. Okay? When they pushed the price back to this low, buyers too did not agree. What did they do? They want to also gain momentum. They want to gain ground back. Trying to push the price back up, they couldn't push it past this place, and that is why it ended like this. That is why it ended like this. So what he just did, Mr. Michael, now is a further analysis of what Mr. Moses gave us. You both are correct. It's just that you went much more in depth. I appreciate that. I appreciate Mr. Moses too. We can continue to grow like this, and it's my joy. It's my joy actually. Okay. Well done, Mr. Michael. Okay, so Mr. Michael, tell us, what do you think is happening on this candle right here?
Okay, this Doji itself, just like the very first one, like since there's no color, we don't know who started where the candle opened from, either from the top or from the bottom. But at the end of the day, both the buyers and the sellers, they have
a balance.
What they call a balance. They have a balance at the center.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's absolutely correct, Mr. Michael. Thank you. Okay. I think this tick doji now, the only difference between this tick doji and the thin doji is the body, but they are both the same thing. They are both the same thing, especially in regards to the explanation Mr. Moses gave, and which Mr. Michael further elaborated. They are the same. The only difference is that the thick doji has more body size than the thin doji, and the thin doji has more body size than the doji itself. Do we understand? Do we understand?
Yes, sir, we understand. Now,
okay,
this one I see now, this OC and the CP, what is it called?
No, don't worry about that. You know, these pictures, you can mute yourself.
Okay.
You know, these pictures are gotten just randomly online. So I don't know what they were up to that made them write OC to CP, but that doesn't mean anything to me, actually. I don't know what it means. Okay. And so let's move on. So if we look at the last candle we have, it's called the hanging man. Hanging man. Okay, and you can see that it's just the direct opposite of of gravestone. Gravestone. What happened? Sellers pushed what's it called, buyers out and gained ground. Why hanging man? For hanging man, what's it called? I'm coming. 1 minute. Okay. Why for hanging man? Sellers, buyers pushed sellers out. Sellers started from here, opening price. They gained momentum, pushing the price all the way down here to this low. But buyers got angry because they have sophisticated weapons. They stepped in, and then what did they do? They pushed the price back up. Sorry, buyers pushed the price back up, chasing out the sellers, and then the sellers having just a thin body, a very tiny one. Okay, and according to the analysis of this war, we can say that buyers won, even though sellers stepped into the game first. They were the one who opened the price. They were the one who drove the price down all the way to this region. However, because they ran out of bullets, or maybe because they were carried away, buyers stepped in, and then they took over the market and pushed the enemy, the original owners of the battleground. They pushed them out, and then they gained momentum. They gained the ground. So that's the basic, the most important candles that we need to know. Basic and most important. basic and the most important. We must know the indecision candle or the doji. We must know the thin candle. We must know the gravestone. We must know the hanging man. Sometimes this hanging man is called what? It's called hammer. And sometimes this gravestone is called a shooting star. Those are other names that they call them. But one thing that I know is that there are so many names for these two candles that I just mentioned. It's not the name that is important. Yes, know the names. I'm not saying don't know the names. It's not the names that are important, but the analysis, the understanding of what is going on, what transpired there is what happened. Is what matters. The understanding of what transpired in that candle is what matters. Okay, so if you call it gravestone, if you call it shooting star, you're correct. And if you also call it other names, they call it that I don't know, you're also correct. And if you choose to call the other one, this one right here, the hanging man, if you choose to call it armor, you're also correct. And if you choose to call it something I don't even know entirely, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you, with what name you call it, me, with whatever name I call it, Mr. Moses, with whatever names they choose to call it, Mr. Shaye and Mr. Michael, with whatever name they choose to call it, we all sit down together and we're able to say the same thing when it comes to analysis. That's what matters. That is what matters. Okay. Now, okay, before we go here, I want to say, let us stop here for today. The last time we did about 1 hour, 58 minutes. I think when it comes to rewatching such videos, it might be tiring. But let's just stop here at 1 hour so that for anybody who wants to rewatch it, they can easily watch the 1 hour and then digest everything. Okay. And even for people who couldn't join today, when they are watching it, so that they don't get overstretched, so that they don't get worn out or bored when watching it. Okay. So let's leave it here. And also for us that are in the class, I encourage us, when the video is out, let's go back, let's watch it, because there's a popular saying in the learning balance where we say stuff like repetition is the mother of learning. Repetition is the mother of learning. If you repeat one thing over and over and over again, before you know it will become part and parcel of your body. It will be registered both in your conscious mind and in your subconscious mind. So please, let's not make it one-off. Let's not say because you already understand it now in the class, you will not revisit it. Please revisit it. The more you revisit it, the better you are at it. Take your time to look at the real market and look out for these types of candles, these types of dojis, okay? And get familiar with them in the market space, okay? I believe we've all been blessed today. It's a pleasure having us around. Let's have a beautiful and a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Before we go, is there any question? You're welcome, sir. Is there any question? Before we go, is there any question?
No, not for me.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Michael, is there any question? Mr. Shaye, is there any question? Okay, okay. In the absence of any question, let's have a good night rest. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.